Друзья, всем привет! Канал «Английский простым языком на связи». Меня зовут Никита. Сегодняшнее видео на этом канале будет просто максимально сумасшедшее и максимально интересное, потому что сегодня я, находясь на всем известном месте в центре Москвы, практически на Красной площади, буду спрашивать у людей очень интересные, необычные вопросы про английский язык. И, конечно же, я это буду делать сразу на английском языке. Обещаю, сегодняшнее видео будет очень-очень интересное.
Старший сержант полиции, а у вас есть разрешение на съемку?
Сегодня суббота, поэтому я надеюсь, что люди будут максимально общительны. Hello, excuse me, do you speak English? Excuse me, do you speak English? Do you speak English?
No. Да, говорю. Вы несколько вопросов хотите задать? У меня хороший уровень, но я сейчас итальянский учу.
Пойдемте кого-нибудь найдем. Hi, excuse me, do you speak English? Actually, guys, you know, you have a pretty small chance to meet and approach any person living in Russia who, whose English level, like, even like B1. And frankly, some people are really afraid of actually having that conversation in English. I guess it's the craziest video which I've ever made. Give me a thumbs up, guys, and don't forget to subscribe on this channel. Hello, excuse me, do you speak English? What's your English level?
I think B1. I am a programmer, and I mostly use technical literature and literature connected with programming.
Can I have just a couple of minutes of your time, please?
Just a couple of minutes, because I'm working, I'm guiding.
A1, A2, B1, what do you think?
I've never passed any exam, but I'm working with whole world. I'm speaking English.
I guess B2.
B2 level?
Yeah.
So it's really great. And how did you learn this?
Well, I've been learning English for about 5 years already, and so I guess I'm quite good at it.
A2.
How long have you been learning English?
I'm learning English in school 6 years. Every day I'm speaking in Russia. English don't speaking.
Just about medium. I think that B or maybe C level, but I didn't practice it a lot in a recent time.
Do you have any maybe lessons, maybe some speaking sessions, or maybe some English practice, maybe once or twice a week?
Yeah, I have a tutor.
You have a tutor?
Yeah.
Native or Russian speaker tutor?
Russian speaker, but she is quite good at it in English.
C1 or C2?
C1, C2 proficiency.
Yes, I think
It's
I'm very good.
really great. It's pretty rare in Russia meet
I was
anyone.
learning in English school. We were learning English from first or second grade. First, I think.
Not so good, I think.
My speaking practice is not big.
You don't have any speaking practice?
No, working in Russian company, that's why I don't have no international practice yet.
A1, C1, B1, whatever.
A2, B1.
Duolingo.
Do you use Duolingo?
Yes. Я могу даже.
And
495 days.
Yes. English.
I have a teacher from Kaliningrad.
Guys, it's really great. As you can see, pretty diligent student right here. Здрасте.
Какой вы канал снимаете?
Про английский? Знаете английский?
У меня мама английский преподает.
А ты в каком классе?
В пятом.
В 5 классе. Английский есть?
Да.
Ребята, у нас тут гости особенные, в 5 классе. Как зовут?
Максим.
Максим.
Ваня.
Максим, Ваня.
Саша.
Саша, Максим, Ваня. Не будем мучить вас, на английском не буду говорить. Какой у вас уровень английского?
Ну, всякие глаголы проходим. Две группы разделено.
А, у вас разделено 2 группы?
Да, 2 группы.
Типа сильные, слабые или как?
Нет, просто вот есть один учитель, есть другой учитель.
Ага.
Вот, у него свои ученики, и у другого учителя свои ученики.
И как, вам нравится вообще английский?
Ну да. Мне не очень. Мне не очень.
Я вообще в школе прогуливал английский. Я в Макдональдс ходил, когда он еще был Макдональдс.
Не, если я, например, прогулял бы английский, я получил.
Она сильно помогает, то, что мама преподает английский?
Ну, вообще, да.
Она помогает с домашним заданием или с чем?
Да, очень.
А она мотивирует, говорит, что это прям нужно и прям заставляет по-хорошему.
Я хочу на пилота, так что да.
Да, это будет реально важно, тем более потом. Мне полицейские сказали, что нельзя снимать. Я уберу штатив и буду снимать без штатива. Я надеюсь, это будет тоже интересно.
A few moments later.
Я снял свой, как говорится, разобрал свой штатив. Камера теперь у меня в руке. Поищем кого-нибудь еще.
Try to listen to music or even try to watch movies with subtitles. I think that's the best way to learn a language. Even try to speak with mother tongues that I don't know, they live in the place where you're living.
Yeah.
So just don't be shy and try to speak. It's going to be helpful.
Watching films. It's really a nice way to learn English. Firstly with subtitles and then by yourself.
Son of my friend, he's playing a game with the boys from London, and he's speaking now better than me. really, because they're playing like Counter-Strike. They're playing in one team, and during 1 year he learned how to speak in English.
Yeah.
It was easy because it was funny, and it was necessary to navigate, to react immediately, because this fast game, you have to react fast. So for him it was easier when you do something what you're interesting for. It is easy, and you can find in Instagram. Maybe Instagram is forbidden in Russia now.
It's forbidden in Russia.
Forbidden gram.
Yeah.
You can find in some social networks people from other countries and speak with them. But first of all, it should be interesting for you.
А вы пользуетесь вот сейчас в школе? Просто когда я учился в школе, у нас такого не было. Всякие вот эти AI-шки, то есть чат GPT, вот это вот все. Для домашних...
Только ГДЗ.
Только ДЗ?
Да, ГДЗ.
ГДЗ, готовые домашние задания, я это знаю. А чат GPT вы не используете, чтобы он для вас сочинение писал?
Ну, я раньше использовал, потому что мне, когда я начал только в 5 классе изучать английский, я, ну, как сказать, начал только, я раньше его использовал. А сейчас я просто, типа, узнала ГДЗ сейчас, и я начал его использовать. Потому что мне даже мама разрешает. Уже и она, и бабушка, и папа вообще не решали за английский.
The best way is to have a tutor that is going to help you to correct your mistakes and even to have the passion for the language. So if you really want to learn English, you just start to listen to music, to watch movies, to read books, and that is going to help. And try to have a communication with people that live in the country where they speak the language you want to learn.
The easiest way is to learn from videos like on YouTube. Many Russians nowadays watch YouTube with VPN.
With VPN, of course, yeah.
Yes. I'm using it too. Not many are using YouTube, VK video, because many different content creators on YouTube speaking English do not upload their videos on Russian social networks.
First of all, one professional teacher or native speaker in Russia, and as a дополнительный, как бы, extra practice, some community, speaking clubs, something else.
I'm living in Moscow. I think that many different students from all around Russia may learn English much better because they are speaking to students from all the different countries. I didn't travel a lot, and for the most part I've been to is Turkey, Thailand, China for a little. But not a lot of practice of English.
What do you think people living in Russia need English for?
Well, of course, for traveling, different like countries, England, America, just I guess for yourself. Well, I learn English for myself, just for fun. Yeah.
Frankly saying, your English level is even like C1, not B2, because the way you speak, the way you pronounce words, etc., they are pretty great.
Well, thank you.
For working, of course. I'm negotiating with nowadays Saudi Arabia, Qatar, all Arabian countries. Previously, I was working with the Asian countries like Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, Australia.
You have a pretty great background.
When I was young, there were no such troubles as now, like war, etc. That we can go anywhere, like almost anywhere. At that time, my parents thought that knowing English will be good for me, and they just gave me to English school, and I was good with it, and so.
Для чего людям нужен английский язык сейчас в России?
Ну вот, например, ездят люди в разные места, да, и там люди, например, не знают русского языка, и они разговаривают на русском, на английском. Да. И тот человек, который приехал в эту страну, должен знать английский. Если у тебя не получится, ты и человека не будешь понимать, и он тебя не будет понимать.
This don't need for a work, don't need my everyday. I have no normal motivation.
Maybe you want to start watching some videos or movies or series or maybe some podcasts or something.
No, I have no channel in YouTube. Also, I have no motivation. My first problem.
What do you use English for?
I play in video games, I talk to foreign persons, I watch serials and movies in English, I watch like right now there's Daredevil Born Again, and I don't want to wait for translation, and it also is not very good, and I just watch it with subtitles or without them.
I don't know actually why this is a point, but in Russia many new school students learn English from first class, and actually in the past many Russians learning French and Deutsch.
Yeah.
But because now many parts of our life is with English language, many of us learning English, and this is not such a problem nowadays than in the past.
Также вам, друзья, напоминаю, что вся необходимая информация находится в описании к этому видео. Ссылка на сборник по самым крутым и культовым фильмам и сериалам для прокачки нашего английского слуха, вашего, моего, и также запись на индивидуальное обучение в формате индивидуальных занятий. Если вам также помимо английского слуха было бы интересно прокачивать вашу английскую речь и в целом весь английский язык, включая английскую грамматику, изучение новых слов и, конечно же, отработку их на практике. Вся эта информация находится в описании к этому видео. Переходите, и я уверен, что вам очень и очень понравится. Возможно, выучить английский здесь, в России, без того, чтобы ехать куда-то в Америку, в Лондон, вот это вот все.
Well, no doubt that, yeah, why not?
No, maybe, you know, some people say it's like you don't actually expose yourself to English environment. You don't see, for example, natives, and you may only have some conversation with your tutor twice a week or something.
Well, of course, it's much greater and better to talk to natives. There are not very much fellas these days to speak, you know, to speak to with B2 or C1 level. And the computer, you know, like this video chats where you can talk to people from other countries. This is also a great way.
It is possible, of course, but you should be connected with any...
Maybe communities or some speaking clubs or wherever.
If I stay here, yes?
Yeah,
I think it's possible, yes. In school or in university or some course, I think, yes. If I have some desire, if I have some right thing, you know, if I do some right thing, maybe if I watch movies on English, maybe, or read some text or music, you know, I listen to English music very much. I listen every day something about 50 Cent or Snoop Dogg.
For sure, if you go abroad, you can easier, like you can do that easier, but it's not that easy. So you just put yourself into that, and it's gonna work.
I think it's possible because you can just watching video, maybe podcast, yes, and listen English speaking. I know people who know English on level C2.
C2 proficiency, yeah.
Yes, and they're living in Russia.
Yeah, they live in Russia, but I guess it's like exceptional people.
Yes, I think, but you can do it in Russia.
What do you think is the most difficult part? Watching something or speaking or reading or writing, what do you think? For beginners.
For the beginners,
yeah, of course
writing.
Writing?
Yeah, so in my own opinion, we should first of all listen English speech from the native speakers, for those people for whom English mother tongue. So like maybe see some movies, maybe watch some channels. If you play some computer games, look at how people playing in these games. First of all, we are listening. Of course, writing is the most complex, because my daughter now I try to learn to teach my daughter, and for her
you try.
Yes, I try, and for her easiest way to speak and the hardest way it is sign something. So really for her it is complex, but now step by step, of course, she is starting to do everything better and better.
Because the most commonly held opinion is that speaking is the hardest one, not writing.
No, it is not nowadays. Not complex. No, you can find anyone on internet.
Of course, speaking, because it is not a standard way of thinking. It's not comfortable. A big problem for someone as a soft skill. They are shy or something like this.
I think that the most difficult part about English is speaking, because you don't have many people that you can speak to in Russia. But in some areas like universities where there are a lot of students from other countries, you can learn English like Rudan and Mira. We have a lot of students here, and you can learn different languages.
Speaking is not particularly hard. I think grammar is the hardest, and the times. In Russia, we only have 3 times: past, simple, and future. In English, there are past present, past perfect continuous, etc., etc. And it's really hard for Russian person to understand. For example, I have done it yesterday. I don't really remember that part.
Как ты думаешь, какая самая тяжелая вот часть в английском? Это разговаривать, писать, грамматика там?
Сочинение.
Эссе, сочинение эссе.
Сочинение, да.
Вы часто их пишете?
Нет. Ну, мы 2 раза писали.
I think it's right. At different times, you know, some rules.
So
speak is not so hard for me. Where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Russia.
From Russia?
На русском говорю я.
Нормально.
Хорошего дня.
I think listening and then speaking, because for people it's not too easy to listen and understand all what they think, and then just to write it, to speak, to just communicate their emotions, their opinions.
And you know, what do you think is the most difficult part of learning English? Excuse me, may I ask you to hold this camera, if you don't mind, of course.
Where are you from?
I'm from Russia. Я говорю по-русски. Is it possible to learn, for example, up to C1 for your level, for my level, for example, without having to pay money, like for free, maybe without even having a tutor?
I think yes, I did it. I didn't have a tutor. I didn't pay money for anything. I didn't work. No, at that time there were no AI at other things. I just learned at school, and that's all. It was just a good school, and I was sometimes I was doing it in my free time. I was passing some tests after I graduated, and it's enough. I mean, we can talk, and I can understand you absolutely fine. I know that maybe it's not C2, but I feel comfortable talking to a person in English. Never paid money, only at school.
Well, Duolingo, maybe some other services, but you see, once one guy said, if you want something, you'll do it. Anyway.
Yeah. I guess it's all about, self-discipline and self-organization, which you have, self-routine, etc.
That's right.
Yeah, so thank you very much. Thank you very much for participating in this interview. And I would say that actually rarely do I see people having, this kind of level, C1, because it's pretty rare to see people, especially living in Russia. You do live in Russia, right?
Yes, that's right.
I think that is possible. If someone wants something, he can get it.
I think you have to pay some money for the teachers for the first steps. And after that, when you start speaking a little bit, you can do it by your own. But first steps, some people, the people who are speaking in your native tongue, for example, if you're from Russia, you have to find a Russian teacher, and the first step should be with the teacher. Maybe like first half year. And after that, if you feel you can speak, okay, no problem. If not. So, but first steps should be with the Russian English-speaking person.
I think, like programming, you can teach it by with languages on YouTube. I think YouTube is the best practice to hear it. If you can find a good channel with good native speaker, it is free.
Yeah, it's free, of course.
You only should get some VPN. Elon Musk always says about it that you can study everything. Programming, English, economics.
Yeah, but to be honest, if you choose this path, by yourself, you need to really be self-disciplined, self-organized and all these things. If you are not have all these qualities and actually characteristics, you will not be able to do it.
Absolutely. Discipline, hardworking and big ambitious, and you will achieve your goal. It is more distance, but it is cheaper. More cheaply.
Cheaper, yeah. In the next maybe 5 or 10 years, will AI be able to replace teachers and maybe some people in this industry completely?
I don't think they will replace teachers, because I'm a teacher, and myself.
You are an English teacher?
No, I'm a teacher of 1st to 3rd grade, smaller grades.
Yeah.
But yes, I teach English too.
Because teachers for the first grades, they're teachers for everything.
For small kids.
Yeah, for small kids.
Yeah, and a teacher is not like just some program that will say you do this because of that. It doesn't work like that. Children need a person.
Yeah, there is something along the lines of human interaction.
Yes, of course. It's not like only teaching. You also they look at you, they see what you do. You teach them what to do, how to talk, how to react to certain things, etc. Program. I don't think it will be able to do it.
Listen.
Oh my God, she's about to take me off.
Have a great day. Have a great day.
Thank you very much.
У меня только что украли собеседника.
I think that AI is like ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and Russian like Sber GigaChat are nowadays very powerful, and you can use them to write essays, to ask many different questions, to study different objects. I mean, math. You know that in math they can help you to understand many different theorems or something that you can't or may not know from the teacher, and you can discuss with them like a real person.
I have a Russian language. I'm use ChatGPT.
I don't know, maybe, but it's not going to be as good as it is right now, because to communicate with a living person is another thing. I don't think that is going to be very useful. Maybe yes, you can learn a language, but try to interact with a person that is next to you. It's a lot better than doing that just with a computer or something like that. Yes,
also,
yes,
and
I just work with kids. Yes.
Ah, kids.
Kids. Yes.
Well,
I work in a kindergarten.
In a kindergarten, really?
Yeah.
And so, do you find this pretty much difficult? Because, for example, I teach only adults.
Oh, okay.
I don't work with children. These are two different planets, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree.
Teaching kids and teaching adults.
Kids, I think it's easier, and even it's a pleasure for me, because I just have fun with them. I just let them understand what I say and just try to learn step by step. It's not the thing that, okay, now we sit down, we're gonna start the lesson and let's do it. With them, just let's play, you can hide, let's count, which color is this, it's a lot easier. So
it's all about, coming up with and creating some kind of, flashcards, some pictures.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, you cannot just give them textbook and say, read this. Yeah, they will become pretty bored.
They won't do it,
I think no. I think ChatGPT is a good helper as a second instrument. In some cases it is useful. Nothing can заместить.
To replace
real teacher in front of you and speaking.
Спасибо вам большое. Прям очень круто. Вам хорошего дня.
Подписывайтесь на каналы.
Подписывайтесь на канал обязательно.
Well, I was glad to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a great day. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. What is your school or?
Have a great day. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You too.
Thank you. На сегодня это будет все. Я уверен, что вам сегодняшнее видео понравилось. Не забывайте подписываться на этот канал, ставить лайки к этому видео. Также вам напоминаю, что вся необходимая информация находится в описании к этому видео. И увидимся с вами, друзья, в нашем следующем видео. Пока!